This shirt is a little bit wrinkled. I just got back from the river and I figured I would share with you some of my record collection because I've been wanting to do that, and I think I'll do this in 2 parts because I have quite a few that I want to show and try and make some noises with, and maybe read some liner notes. I don't know how many I have exactly right now, but I wanted to film this at night because this seems like more of a nighttime video. Like it just feels kind of odd doing this in broad daylight, but I also wanted everyone to be able to see well what I was showing you. So I think first we'll start with this one. This is the definition of a classic record, in my opinion, and for some reason ABBA Gold to me, even though it's a greatest hits record, at the same time it feels like it's its own thing, almost like all the songs, I don't know how to explain it, like it's just a regular album because so many people listen to ABBA Gold instead of ABBA records on their own, I feel like. But anyway, I don't really know what I'm trying to say. Here's some pictures of them all. Of Agnetha, Benny, Bjorn, and Anfrid, right? Frida. And of course, part of the appeal, it's gold. Because that wouldn't make sense for it to be any other color. So that's a cool record that I have. It's really fun to dance to it, if I can put it back in. But I still have to be careful when I dance to records in my room to not make the record skip if I'm jumping around. Okay, here's another one I got recently. This is The Breeders' newest record. It's called All Nerve, and this is a different kind of material. It's very papery. But there's 2 different colors of this record. There's also a white one, and I think I got the atypical one because, again, it's a colored vinyl. This one is similar to the one I just showed you, actually. It's light orange, or it's see-through. See, you can see Paul here. But this record is amazing. My stomach just growled. I was planning to eat hummus and chips while I did this, but just cut out me eating. But then I realized I'd be getting stuff on my fingers that I don't want to touch to the record, so I just got to see The Breeders about a month and a half ago in concert, and it was amazing. I would go into detail. Oh look, there's me. There's the record. I would go into detail, but I'll just talk and talk about it. I can make another video about it. Here is side A. Side A has all my favorites, like Wait in the Car, All Nerve, Space Woman, and Walking with a Killer. Every song on here is amazing, but I've got to say all my favorites are on side A. You're getting some nice close-ups of me putting them back in their sleeves. Okay. This is a rap record that I have by Atmosphere. It's the Overcast EP. Oh look, a different shape of sleeve. I'm not making too many sounds with them because it's hard to talk about them in depth and remember to make sounds. But I think what I'm going for with this video is more of maybe to help you sleep or something. There's the camera. And here's a pretty regular colored black. Don't look too much how messy my room is. I I don't play this record often, but every time I do, I remember how much I love it. I listened to a lot of Atmosphere in high school, and the CD version of this that has way more songs on it is also really awesome. I would recommend this to pretty much anyone. I think this genre of rap is called conscious rap, which it is different than the rap that's on all the charts today, I think, but that doesn't mean it's better or worse. It's just different and fun. Okay, next, here's my first worn looking record. That was my stomach. Maybe that is an ASMR trigger for some people. Probably not. Looks like it's been loved. You can kind of see the outline of the record. I feel like I'm getting dust in my finger when I do that. It's a really nice gatefold. This is Living in the Material World by George Harrison, and he's the only one, give me a second, what the heck? There he is. He's in color here at his home, maybe estate, you would say, Friar Park, when he lived there. I love this record a lot. I love the Beatles. It might be a surprise for you, but though I'm not as into them as I was, they were kind of my foundation for music. Let's see if I can, oh, here we go. It's like doing this in a mirror. Some nice album art. Not really album art, kind of like record art, I guess. And then on the other side, there's a limo. I really like the colors. Even up the sleeve, how the sleeve goes with these colors. I'm really big on colors being coordinated. So yes, a really nice, maybe underrated George Harrison record. Here's another gatefold. He looks funny looking at you like that. Here's some lyrics. If I can read that backwards. I can't even tell what that says. But when I got this, I'd listened to quite a bit of Paul Simon. I am a fan, but somehow I hadn't heard Have a Good Time or I Do It For Your Love, and I heard them for the first time listening to this, and I was really glad I got it. And I didn't end up listening to it for a while after I had it, because I guess I thought I'd heard everything, but I hadn't, so that was cool. Next, let's look at this Leonard Cohen record of mine. This is a favorite. Leonard Cohen means a lot to me. All these records do, but this is Leonard Cohen's Songs of Love and Hate, and on the back it says, "They locked up a man who wanted to rule the world. The fools, they locked up the wrong man." And there's the same picture of him again. I think this is a lovely picture. This was also a big thing, big high school thing for me. I listened to a lot of Leonard Cohen. Also, when the election was going on not last year, 2 years ago now? That's horrible. I remember thinking that our current president would not get elected. I was like, there's no way. I don't have to worry. Well, I mean, obviously it was worrisome that he was even in the running. But I remember when the results were coming in and it was pretty evident he was gonna make it. And I went outside and I listened to Leonard Cohen to try and console myself in the world. I don't know. Here's another. Oh, don't look. I don't know if you can look at that. Anyway, I was listening to him, and then 2 days later he passed away, and I remember wondering if, like, how he felt about who was elected, and I don't know. I just remember things happened very closely together. Things happened. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but maybe you know what I'm saying. it was interesting. Oh, shh, don't look. This is also a Leonard Cohen record. This is New Skin for the Old Ceremony. More lovely album art, but you're probably not allowed to see that because this is America and we don't talk about people's bodies. Yeah, just another lovely Leonard Cohen record. It's probably my favorite, even though I love so many others. I think overall that is my favorite one. And I got those both at the same time. I think my dad got them for me when I was in high school. Here is the infamous Pixies Doolittle. More Kim Deal on bass. This also is a papery feeling one. And the track listing on this just goes all around. I'll read them to you. I bet the record's gonna fall out when I turn it over. No. I always think of this as a classic 90s record, but it was actually released in 1989, which is easy to forget because it's so ahead of its time, I feel like. The songs on this one are Debaser, Tame, Wave of Mutilation, I Bleed, Here Comes Your Man, Dead, and Monkey Gone to Heaven on the first side. And then Mr. Greaves, Crack Crack Cracky Jones, La La Love You, Number 13 Baby, There Goes My Gun, Hey, Silver, and Gouge Away. This is another that I'd recommend to everyone if you haven't listened to it before. Everybody loves Hey, everyone loves Here Comes Your Man, Wave of Mutilation, all of them. Here is kind of a guilty pleasure, but also just a pleasure. This is a Taylor Swift Record Store Day 2018 record that I felt like I just needed to get. I think I had just gotten a good grade on a test or a finished paper or something and was like rewarding myself. I've been into her for like the past 2 years, but I just really got into her in the last few months and I wanted to get this. This has classics such as Picture to Burn, Teardrops on My Guitar, radio single and pop version. Cold as You is underrated, I think. Our Song, so fun to sing. Yeah, there's another one on here. Where is it? Should Have Said No. Oh, a banger. Also, let me show you the actual records. It's Pretty Light Blue and also light blue but darker here. I can't really tell the difference, but there is one. Trust me. Yeah. So maybe the record that fits in least with the rest of my collection, but it still belongs. I was gonna make a Taylor Swift like pun, but I just won't. Restrain myself. I picked this one out for this video specifically because I thought that the wrapping that's still on it would make nice noises, but maybe it's not audible. I'm not using a microphone of any kind, I'm just using my camera. This is the Alan Parsons Project, Eye in the Sky, and I got this just because of the title track, but I've listened to it a few times since and the rest of it has grown on me. Sirius is also on this one. SIRIUS, which is used a lot at sports events, I think. I'm not a sports person, but I do think that I know that about them. And I knew Eye in the Sky and Sirius, but I didn't know that they went together. And that Sirius is the first track and it bleeds into Eye in the Sky really beautifully. I was shook. I was pleasantly surprised. This is a really nice color. I think this might be, yeah, that's a hurricane, obviously, because it's an eye. I've never noticed that before. There's also a version of this record where the eye is gold. I wish I had one of those. Let's see, I'm trying to think of what order. Here's another Breeders record. My only other Breeders record at the moment. They are re-releasing Last Splash, Pod, Title TK, and Mountain Battles, so I think everything, which is really cool. Unfortunately, I had to move because I ran out of space on my other card, which I should have seen coming, but I was really into it. So I left off on this Breeders record. The other one that I have is Pod. Soon I'll probably have more when I have money because they're re-releasing Last Splash, Mountain Battles, Title TK, and Pod, which is really exciting. A lot of female musicians that I love are re-releasing. Their discographies are part of them at the moment, which is amazing, but bad for my wallet. So, we'll see. I'm all over the place with what I'm talking about these, but maybe that's helping someone sleep. I don't know, that would be awesome. Or if you just like to look at people's record collections. I think these videos are really fun because you don't know usually what people are going to pick up next, or some people do it where they have the stack and you can see the next one, but not what all's in the stack, which is fun. Anyway, this one has really nice art as well. This is an insert with a sea monster of some kind, with the track listing and personnel, and then this little number here. This is the first Breeders record I heard, and I remember in 2016, which is I think when I got into the Breeders because I was late to the party for some reason. Had been listening to Pixies for a long time, but just didn't, I like never encountered any Breeders songs. It was so odd because now they're all over the place and I see them. But anyway, I remember Fortunately Gone from this record was my top played track of 2016 because it was on my Spotify playlist that Spotify generates for you. This is Unknown Pleasures. This one you'll notice is really well loved. That's because this is my dad's. He gave me a decent portion of my collection. Well, not really anymore because I've gotten so many, but I think he gave me like 20 or 25 80s records that were probably first releases that he got in the 90s. So 80s records that he had in the 90s. And this is one of them. I remember the first time I listened to this. Oh, by the way, this is Joy Division. The first time I listened to this, I did not like it. I think I had expectations about it. I don't know why, probably because I'd seen this everywhere, and I don't think I was expecting what it sounded like. I remember I listened to it a few years ago and just didn't listen to it again. But then when I picked it up again, I loved it, so I don't know what the deal was the first time, but I guess it goes to show, if you don't like something, maybe try it again, if that's appropriate. Let's look up close at this. Looks like it's moving, for me at least. I don't know if it is for you. Oh, I just moved my camera. That's not good. Now it's gonna be in a different place. Oh boy. Don't think I'm gonna show you guys that one. Maybe another time. Here's another Paul Simon. I know I've said this for a lot of them, or I've said they have good album art, but I do love this one's album art because every track has a little picture with it. Also the back is the same way. This is probably my favorite Paul Simon record. There's a lot of classics. Something So Right, Tenderness, Loves Me Like a Rock. See, this is easy to look at the mirrored image and like say what they are because I have little pictures with them. This Must Be St. Judy's Comet, Learn to Fall, and Was a Sunny Day. Let's see if I can do this side. Kodachrome, Take Me to the Mardi Gras, American Tune, and One Man's Ceiling is Another Man's Floor, which is an amazing song. Is there one missing? No. There's 6 on the back and 4 on the front. Also, let me zoom in again. See if I can get better at this. This is like graph paper, the background is, which I really like. It's like someone just collaged on graph paper, which is really fun to do. Okay, let's see. This is a really pretty colored record. This is Destroyer's Rubies. I love this picture actually. There's Dan Behar right here. And here's some person who is my favorite part of this album art. They have some nice pink pants on, or skirt maybe, but they're hiding in the shadows. And the division here, the picture, and just the red colors where the album title is sitting. This is by Destroyer. It's the band name. And when I ordered this, I thought I was getting white vinyl. I don't know if you've noticed that I like colored vinyl yet, but I do. But it's black. But that's okay, because usually original colored, or just like normal colored vinyl, is way better quality usually. Which is what matters in the end. I'll read you a sample of the lyrics, because I haven't really done that yet. I haven't done that yet at all. Okay. This is from A Dangerous Woman Up to a Point. Have I told you lately that I love you? Did I fail to mention there's a sword hanging above you? Those who love Zeppelin will soon betray Floyd. I cast off these couplets in honor of the void. I was here to stay, I would weather the storm. I pictured heaven on earth made of clay, as your form dictated. I went down to the garden with the noblest of intentions. I felt the need to be brief. I stuck a rose between my teeth and had a laugh. It's like a poetic reading, if you will, of that song. Really cool record. Kind of a new thing for me, maybe within the last year and a half. Destroyer has been a favorite for me. Alright. This is the most, I don't know what to say, peace instilling record for me. I listen to this a lot, not really on vinyl, but I will listen to the album on YouTube if I need to calm down or relax. This is Slow Dives Just for a Day. I love this album art, the color. I don't really know what this is. I think I've looked up before or seen what this is, and I was surprised. This is like an up close of something, maybe. Maybe it's not. I'm just not remembering correctly. This has the songs Spanish Air, Celia's Dream, Catch the Breeze, Ballad of Sister Sue, Eric's Song, Waves, Brighter, The Sandman, and Primal. This is shoegaze music, I think, technically. But really amazing record. Flows together. It's one of those that you don't really notice. Like, there's only a couple songs that I can pick out and know what they are, because I just always listen to the whole album and it all just blends together really beautifully. It's like one thing for me. This is also a really peaceful album. I listened to this a lot on Sunday mornings. When I was in high school, I would play it. I don't really do that as much anymore. I should, because it's just a Sunday morning record, like not Saturday, like maybe you've been doing something crazy Friday night, but Sunday, like, you know the week's about to start, so you still have part of your weekend, but you're trying to relax maybe. That's what this is for. Really nice. It's by Vashti Bunyan. It's called Look Aftering, and this is a rabbit. This album also has a really nice color scheme going on the inside. There's a nice little snowy picture with some light purple. And I think this record is my favorite liner notes, lyrics-wise, because all of her songs are kind of the same lengths, I guess, so they fit nicely, little chunks of writing, and all her lyrics are really pretty. I would recommend this to anyone, actually. I really would. The songs on here are Lately, Here Before, Wayward, Hidden, Against the Sky, Turning Backs, If I Were, Same But Different, Brother, Feet of Clay, and Wayward Hum. Finally, I wanted to show you a favorite record of mine, and probably the most played vinyl I have, and that is Cocteau Twins, Heaven or Las Vegas. I've listened to this so many times, I think because it's only about, I want to say 38 minutes long. I could be wrong, but I end up playing this one a lot before school. This is a really cool record. I can't say that I know any lyrics on it besides 2 words. Well, I mean, a few more than that, but no one really knows what Elizabeth Fraser is saying, and that's the beauty of this record, because it just sounds so pretty. And the music itself, like the instruments besides her voice, are really cool too. This reminds me of taking pictures at night and like moving my camera around while the picture's taking, and it looks kind of like this, if I do that right. I just yawned. I hope someone watching this, or more than someone watching this, someone's plural, found this relaxing, or maybe got ASMR from it. I doubt it, because I didn't do a lot of sounds, because it is really hard to do that while you talk. So props to people who are good at that. This is pretty much what I can do. But I just wanted to make this video because I watch ASMR personally to just relax before I go to sleep and fall asleep to it. I don't really get the feeling of ASMR, but I do watch a lot of ASMR so I can go to sleep and quiet my brain down and focus on something. So I hope you enjoyed this. I probably will make a part 2. This was all over the place. I feel like when I edit it I might feel differently, but I was just getting really caught up in talking about my favorite things about these records, which is what I wanted to do, but I don't feel like I did a great job giving information about them. So if you have any recommendations for part 2, I would love to hear what you have to say, so just leave a comment or something, and I'll try and integrate that into the next one, because I have several still to show. And I'm not even going to show my whole collection, because I think I have like 75 records, and that would just take so long. I don't even know how many I showed now. Maybe like almost 20? Have a good evening, afternoon, morning, rest, whatever it is. Listen to some good music. Fall asleep to some good music, I don't know. But until next time,